Hey guys, so I'm finally back from Talvisota. Now, first things first. The event was massive and amazing. You had Infinity, obviously, you had Lord of the Rings, you had Age of Sigmar, you had Blood Bowl, Old World, and Bolt Action, and you had Warhammer. All the tables looked amazing, except for Warhammer tables. All the armies were stunning. I got a glimpse of the Lord of the Rings. I walked through the Old World and Age of Sigmar tables, and they were just phenomenal. I love the army, so much inspiration, so many good painters. I was amazed, so I'm definitely coming back. So if you are in any of those games, you have to visit Talvisota. The event was just chef's kiss. First game of the event was paired up against Taras and his Cosmoflot. The list is going to be somewhere around here, I think. It was by Tech War, the first game. I was prepared for it, even though I disliked the mission, but I was prepared for it. I got the first turn. I managed to successfully move up my entire army forward. He had only one aero piece, which was the fromTalvisota sniper. I managed to kill his sniper with my Boik. As I said, I moved up forward, and he also had a Varangian guard that I tried to shoot with my Nissan HMG, but he managed to dodge away into cover. There was one crucial mistake that I made, and that is that when moving my Linkai, I didn't put him in cover, so he got left in an open area. I thought that he's not going to push the Linkai, but he did later on, and that was a crucial mistake on my end. So basically everyone moved up except one Fugazi drone. He got stayed behind, and I managed to successfully be in the safe zone. And then my opponent's turn began, and that's when everyone went downhill for me in the first game. He killed the Boik with 3 crits on 4 dices, which was insane. He managed to do that. The Boik went unconscious, and then he started picking out small targets like the Karhu paramedic. He picked out something else, but not that much. He picked out the Linkai, obviously, as I mentioned previously. He killed him. He didn't kill the Nisa, nor the Knight of Justice, nor the Uma, and he just basically pushed up forward more. But my deployment was in such a state that the Boik link was to the right of the table with the Linkai and the two Fugazi and the Fusiliers, while my Knight of Justice, Nisa and Uma link was to the left. So by eliminating the Boik and the Linkai, my right flank was basically weakened. And looking back at it now, I think I should have went a little bit harder with the Fusiliers and just risk it on my turn and start picking out his link of Wallace and 2 Cosmo Soldats. I got scared by them because I tried to shoot them and I didn't expect them to have this big of an armor stat, but it is what it is. I tried to heal the Boik with my Fusilier paramedic. I tried to heal the paramedic Karhu that was near the Boik, unconscious, but I accidentally killed him. I tried to secure the game by completing my secondary objectives, which I successfully did by the end of the game, but my opponent just started pushing forward, and what helped him was constant crits. He was critting me constantly. I couldn't do nothing. It was crit after crit after crit, and that's where my game plan just ruined. You cannot play against the dice. If he rolls well, then he rolls well. Nothing I can do. At some point, he tried to push my Knight of Justice, Nisa and Uma link with his Volkolok, but he was 1 inch short he thought that he was inside the berserk range. He was 1 inch short, so I managed to arrow him with my Nisse HMG that I put in suppressive fire in the left side of the table, securing me fully the left side of the table. And then that's just basically how the game ended. I managed to move up with my Knight of Justice and score one classified objective, where I had to be in base to base with the unconscious state model, and I did it with my Knight of Justice, and basically that's it. And my opponent scored 9 points, I scored 1 point, ending the first game. I will not lie, I was frustrated by all the crits, but again, that's a game of dice, so I couldn't do anything. Now, going up next, we have our second game, and it was against Morats. Now, I was playing the second game against Tonzu and his Morats. The funny thing is that there was 4 combined army players. 3 of those were Morats. And guess who had the luck to play against all 3 Morat players? Me. By far, this was the most fun and closest game of the event for me. The mission for the second game was unmasking. I practiced this mission a lot and I knew what to do. The table was very dense. It was a city table, which I enjoyed playing on. And again, I got the first turn. I was playing a different list. I only played the first list from the first game only once, and that was in the first game. Basically, what I did is I moved forward, I pressed one of the consoles, I picked a designated target, and it was my designated target. I killed him, pulling me up to being in the lead. At the end of my turn 1, I ran out of orders, so I had to leave the Nisse and Uma duo somewhat in the middle of the table, and I didn't have enough points to put my Nisse into suppressive fire. The Nisse sniper got the speedball with the +1 vitality back. I gave him in the start of my turn to ensure that he's going to survive longer. That was my plan. And then my opponent got his turn. He picked out the sniper with his Yaugat, and he picked out the Nisse HMG with his Rodok link. He had a hacker, a paramedic, and something else in there. I remember it was a 3-man link. And then my Uma was behind the console prone. He was thinking of taking her down too, but he had to come to in her ARO range, and he decided not to do it. So he pressed the console, denying me the control of that console, picked the HVT, and that was his designated target. So we immediately discovered who our targets were. Then he moved back with his link of Rodox, hit them, and gave me the second turn. One thing that I have to mention that he has a very annoying Suret with a rocket launcher on a station on top of one building that was just controlling the my left side of the table. And every time I shot at him, I managed to inflict a wound, or he managed to save it, but he went prone afterwards all the time. So I couldn't pick him out for good. So my second turn, and that's where the fun began. I decided I'm going to go ham with my Uma. So I spent all the orders on her. I moved up as fast as possible. I killed one more HVT. Again, I pressed the exact same console to give me the control of the console back. Killed one more HVT. He had a Daturazi near the HVT. I killed him, and then I pushed forward where his link of Rodox were. I put in an unconscious state the paramedic and the hacker. And there was something third. I don't remember who was the third one, but I put them all in an unconscious state, and I made a crucial mistake. I didn't finish them. I had to finish them off. I thought that if the paramedic is done, then that's it. At that point, I had no idea how you can use the speedball. We never played it like that locally here, and that was the breaker of the game, basically. And he had an annoying little god key behind that link. I tried to pick out the god key with my Beast Hunter. I jumped the Beast Hunter, I killed something with him. I think that was the second Detoraji that I killed. I tried to pick out the god key, failed to do it, died in an arrow from something. I gave my second turn to my opponent, and that's what he did. I also put Uma a little bit back in cover. He puts a speedball so it touches the base of the god key, and he's unconscious Rodak paramedic. He picks up the speedball, Vita speedball, with his god key and heals the paramedic. In return, the paramedic then heals the Rodak hacker, and basically, yeah, they both stand up. And that was such a nice turn of events. It made such a nice, fun narrative feeling for me. Even though I knew that I made a mistake, a crucial one, it didn't matter for me. So, in the following turn, what happens? He kills Uma. He pushes up with his Kaitak towards my line where he's designated targeted, protected by the link of Garhus and Boik. So he successfully pushes up. He kills his target. He kills the Boik. And he kills the Garhu paramedic. And he leaves the Kaitak there. Just come at me, do whatever you want, I'm in your deployment zone. And give me the turn. That was my last turn. I was down on orders. Sorry, he didn't kill the Boik. He killed the paramedic and the designated target. What I did, I thrown a disco ball at the Kaitak. I moved on my Linkai, CC'd him, clearing that side of the table, and tried to push up to the middle of the board, and knowing that he had to go. Basically, at that point, it was a draw. So the only way he could win is to take away the first console that I pushed from me, denying me that point. So I tried to push everything towards that console and to try to protect it as much as possible, but sadly it didn't pay out. I ran out of orders. His sniper was looking down at my Linkai, and I got scared to push up forward even more, risking the Linkai to die. I know it was stupid, it was my last turn, I had to push up as much as I could. If I would die from the arrow, then I would die, because it didn't matter at the end. I didn't manage to push him far enough to protect that console, so it is what it is. In his last turn, he moved up his paramedic and hacker. He pressed the console. There was I had a Sierra drone bot in a row station looking at the console. He managed to pass by the Sierra drone bot with the Thunderbolt, press the console, press it successfully, give him the console, ending the game at 7-3. Amazing game. The best game of the event. It was going back and forth. I had my first turn, I was in the lead, he had his turn, he was in the lead, and so on and so forth. Amazing game, and the opponent was very nice. Now, the third game was against versus Moratz, and my opponent this time was Hansi Hammer. We were playing supplies, and this was the third game of the day. Both of us were very tired. I think my opponent was very frustrated from his games, or he was very tired. And the noise in the room overall was so high that I barely heard my opponent. So he was running a very interesting list. I think it's more type of the list that I would run because it looked fun. He had a bull truck in the list that I never faced against, but I knew that I had to kill. So, being not frustrated, but being annoyed that I didn't win a single game in my 2 games, I decided to put the camera down for a bit and just concentrate on the game. I pushed up my Nisse and Uma duo forward, then taking one of the supply crates, and then trying to hide the Nisse Junji. That was my entire first turn. Just pull up, spend the points to take the supply crate, and that's it. I think I also shot at his and his Dark Dog FTO with the submachine gun. I believe I killed him because he was stationed in an ARO and I had to take him down, so I believe I did that. Giving my opponent his first turn. Now, he tried to move his bull truck, but anywhere he went, he was in my line of fire from my Nisse sniper and my ninja with the Thunderbolt in hidden deployment. So it was very hard for him to try and come out from with his stack. He had a very annoying super jumping link of rooks that they managed to come up to my deployment zone, and with using the super jump he managed to get line of sight towards my Nisse HMG, putting him in an unconscious state. My Nisse sniper killed him outright, and then he tried to finish his job and kill the Nisse HMG, but failed. He didn't hit anything. And then I believe he actually, after killing the Nisse sniper, he moved with his tag a little bit forward towards me and killed the ninja, kunai ninja. I believe so. Don't quote me. I'm recording this 6 days after the event. He didn't get any supplies. He just established a little dominance by pushing me back and pushing forward himself. Now my turn 2, I successfully dropped a vitality back on the Nisse HMG, bring him back up. On my first turn I also moved up the Beast Hunter towards his Kaki and Oznat link, managing to kill the Oznat and tying up the Kakis in close combat. I tried to kill all of them, but sadly didn't. So my turn 2, I started to pick off his annoying link of rooks. I managed to do that with the Boik link. I pushed him out from the building where he was hiding. I killed all the rooks. I secured the second supply box, and then I believe the Nisse HMG took out alongside with the Boik, because the Boik, funny enough, for his random speedball, he got the one-use jetpack. So with the jetpack, I jumped, I got line of sight to his tag, which was very nicely hidden. I shot at him, and then the Nisse HMG shot the rest of the shots and killed put him in an unconscious state with his tag in an unconscious state. So at that point I had 2 supply crates. My opponent had 0. And I believe I already scored one of the cards at that point. Now going to his second turn, he tried to push up with something. He tried to heal my his stack with Dr. Worm, but the entire pathway to the tag was viewed with the Boik and the car hose. I made sure of it, so he had no chance of coming close to his tag without getting shot at. So he didn't push forward, he stayed a little bit back. He had one rook left that tried to kill the Carrefour paramedic that was holding one of the supply crates. Didn't do that. He then pushed up forward and then got shot with the ARO because everything shot at him. Uma, Nisse HMG, Boy, Carpus, both of them, and killed the last rook. Then he had a one more at Vanguard with an HMG. He tried to get some pop shots at the Nisse, didn't do nothing, and gave me the last turn, my last turn. I cleared his tag, killed him outright, took the last supply crate, scored both of my cards, and then just pulled back to my deployment zone. And on his last turn, he scored one of the cards, calling the game, which ended the game 9-1 for me. So that was my first victory of the event and the last game of the day. After that, I just went to the hotel and went straight to sleep because I was so tired. So the second day of the event and the first game was against Kraut and his vanilla combined army, and the mission was Frostbite. Now let me tell you, I practice Frostbite the most. I love the mission, I like how unique it is, how hard it is, and I love it. And funny enough, when me and Maxim were practicing for Talvisota, for some reason everyone locally was playing vanilla combined army, everyone. So when he told me that he's playing vanilla combined army, I kinda knew what I was going up against, and I had a plan already. Once again I got the first turn, and I believe this was a very one-sided game, sadly. My first turn, I pulled up with my Nisse and Uma duo. I pressed one of the buttons, securing me one of the heaters in my deployment zone. While I was moving up, I killed a couple of his arrows, and I killed one of his flamer drones. I think it's an Ica drone, I believe. And I pulled up my Linkai to the left of the table while the Nissa and Uma duo was to the right, and was in cover, which I think made him a little bit nervous. The Linkai was so close. Then I also pulled up with my Beast Hunter, and that's why I made a mistake. I pulled with my Beast Hunter. I had a clear line to jump forward towards his beaten keys, but I miscalculated my orders. I thought that I had one order less, so when I was checking my zone of control, I noticed that I'm not going to make it in time to put a template on beaten keys. So instead, I jumped my Beast Hunter on top of a roof where he had a some kind of drone remote, and I flamed him, which he managed to pass his save, and then I realized I had one more order left. So I had the chance to move forward to his beaten keys and then try my luck there. But instead, what was done was done. I shot with a pistol at his drone on the roof, killed him, and then just went prone, ending my turn 1. So at the end of the turn 1, I managed to pull off 3 or 2 of his orders. I think it was 3. And then secure one of the consoles and one of the heaters, giving my opponent the first turn. So what he was doing, he was starting to push with his overdrone. That's the target I tried to reach with my Linkai and to CC him. So he starts to push with his overdrone, arrows everywhere. I unveil my hidden deploy Kunai Ninja, tried to pop shot him with the Thunderbolt. He made his save. He moves up to the right side of the table, makes a lot of shots at my Nisse HMG, kills him, then he sees my Nisse sniper, kills him as well, bring down both my Nisses. And he tried to reach my Beast Hunter on the rooftop, but every time he tried to do that, he realized that he cannot do it. Either the Nisse sniper that was still alive at that point was staring at the roof, or the Nisse HMG had a clear line of sight. So he couldn't physically do that. So he tried to pull down the Nisses and then reach my Beast Hunter, but that took a lot of orders. So what he does, he pulls up his overdrone, sticking a little bit up from the roof. So if I stand up with my Beast Hunter, he's going to arrow me. He actually tried to do that with a Kalki, I believe, or a Preta, sorry. And the Preta just got shot with the Beast Hunter in a arrow and killed, or put in an unconscious state. And then he gave me the second turn. He didn't score anything at that point. What I started to do is what I did with my second game against Mortens. I started to push up the Uma. I pushed up the Uma. I killed the overdrone with Uma. Then I killed one more Ica drone on my way in. And basically I started to push forward farther and farther to his deployment. I made a simple mistake. I tried to kill one of his heaters with my Beast Hunter, and then I realized the heater had 3 wounds, and I only managed to pick out 1. So I spent in total 4 orders trying to pick it out, managed to do 1 wound, 2 wounds, 3 wounds he saved, and that's when I just said I spent a lot of orders on that. So I jumped the Beast Hunter behind his beating keys, put the flamer on, he made his saves. And that was I was left without any orders in my second group. So I kept the Beast Hunter there as a threat, just straight up in the open. As I said, Uma was pulling up and she was killing stuff left and right. She dominated the right flank, and he made a crucial mistake. On his first turn, he tried to move up his Norcast from the cover to a better position from my Uma. But he didn't realize that he turned him away, not facing me, and a terminus, so I said, dude, you're facing, your back is towards me, so I'm going to shoot your Norcast with my Uma and kill him. Which was a sad moment for him. So yeah, I stationed the Uma basically in his deployment zone and told him that you have your second turn. At that point we were running out of time. He tried to salvage as much as possible, but we realized that that's impossible. So what he did is that he successfully managed to move up his mentor towards my deployment zone. He made one secondary objectives, and then we just basically decided that listen, we're out of time, let's look what we possibly can do. I would get my second heater with the Boik and the Karhu link, secure me the second console and both the heaters, and let's see if I can kill one of your Batterazzi with the link eye, which I couldn't. In my first turn I also secured both of my secondary objectives. I managed to do that, which ended the game with 9-1 in my favor. So that was the second win of the tournament. When previously I had a goal of winning only one game, so I already had two. And yeah, that game was also very fun. My opponent was very friendly. We had a chat afterwards, and it was just fun. I was just prepared going against vanilla combined army in this mission, so I had the upper hand there. I practiced a lot of this. So bring us to the last game. And my last game was against Morats. I got all the Morats players, and against Lesh. Me and Lesh, we played a game locally here in Tallinn in our local tournament. So playing against him on the last game was a very nice feeling, because he's a good player. So this is the only game that I didn't get the first turn. The game was, the mission was firefight, but a custom one, so basically it's the same firefight, but in addition you calculate how much specialists you had left on the table, and you get points for that. So Lesh had a very aggressive list, and I have to say his Yoga sniper did a lot of work, and I learned a lot of things from this game, especially how to use the sniper next time, the Nise sniper I mean. So his turn began. He managed to pick out some arrows. The Nise sniper, he picked out him. He managed to pick out a Fugazi drone, and he picked out the Sierra drone bot. So already 3 models dead. He gave me my first turn. I started to pick out his heavy hitters with my Nise HMG. I killed his Kaitak Firebug with my Nise HMG. I killed his Kaitak heavy rocket launcher with the Nise HMG. And then I moved up a little bit closer with my camouflaged Beast Hunter, just to establish some dominance and some pressure. And that's where my turn 2 was left. And then happened something that I didn't expect to happen. His second turn, he moves up with his annoying Ica drone towards my Boik link, surviving all the arrows. I had an arrow from the Beast Hunter, from his one use only Panzerfaust. I had the Link Eye shooting, I had the Karhu shooting, and he survived 2 rounds of arrows, bring him very closely, immobilizing my Boik, and then he put I think he put stunt on them, some kind of hacker program that just shuts me down fully, and only a engineer can fix him. And then he managed to flame the boy. So his Zika drone was annoying on my deployment zone. And what didn't help me was that he had a kite that the Flemish spear looking straight at my boy. So on my first turn, I couldn't maneuver him without getting the car hose shut by the Flemish spear. So that was resulted into the Ika drone coming so close and being able to deal so much damage as he dealt. I think that was it for his second turn. He had also a Q drone stationed on the top of the building, preventing my link eye from moving. And he gave me my second turn. I managed to kill his Ika drone, I believe, with one of the carpus. And then I had to make a hard decision. I had one card that required me to push forward with my car boost towards his kite duck, or I could have pushed with my Nice HMG, have a line of sight to the kite duck and kill him. I decided to do that with the Nice. I killed his kite duck, but that ate a lot of my orders, so I didn't have enough orders to push up with my car boost and secure that secondary objective, or secret objective. And then I stationed with my Nice HMG on the roof. He had his link with the sniper Yagats behind that building, and my idea was that if you want to come to me, you have to survive the arrows. He had no problems. He pushed up with his link with his sniper. First he tried to kill my Nice HMG with the Turazi, got shot at, got killed in return. Then he started shooting at me with the sniper, and he managed to successfully kill the Nice HMG. He didn't kill any of my specialists at that point, and he gave me my last turn. So I only had the car hose left on the table at that point, in the machinists, but they were all in my deployment zone. I had the link eye at the edge of my deployment zone, and I had the UMA left. So what I did is, I asked Clash, what would you do it, but I already had in mind what I want to do, and I told him upright, whatever you say, I'm going to do the exact same thing that I already planned to do, and that is to go with the link eye. He had a paramedic in his deployment zone, kill the paramedic and secure one killed specialist for me. And he said he would do exactly the same. The second option was to use the link eye, move him up towards his link with the annoying sniper, and try to make as much damage to the link as possible, because I also knew that he had a lieutenant there. So I did what I told him I would do. I would do with my plan, and I went for the paramedic. Successfully killed the paramedic. Link eye survived all the arrows, and then I decided maybe I should try, and my second card was to kill one of his remotes. So I decided I would try and go for the Q drone with the Thunderbolt, because he was already at that point in an unconscious state, but I had to straight up kill it. I tried to move, but then I got shot with the arrows and I got killed. So that's how the link eye died. And then I tried to use UMA and kill off the sniper, but the dice was again decided against that. He managed to roll better than me in arrow, killing UMA, and I told him that's game. I hit all of my other specialists on my right side of the table. He had not enough orders to come towards me and to kill the specialist. So I gave him his last turn. Lesh started to push up towards UMA, securing all of his secondary objectives. And basically the game ended 7-2 or 7-1, I believe. Because even though Lesh didn't kill a single of my specialists, I killed one, he had still more surviving, which was the custom mission. He had more surviving, and that's how he got the points. and that was the end of the event, or the tournament part. So 2 wins and 3 losses, which is not bad in my book. I don't play well, I'm not a tournament player, but I really enjoyed, and I got 2 wins. Now let's go, as for me, for the most important part, the best painted and the best table. There were so many nicely painted armies. I was just in shock. My personal favorite was the Hockey Slam army. I love this grimdark style. I love this cyberpunk urban style, whatever you can call them. And that's the army that got my vote. I also love the Tunguska army. I love the color red and painting red, so of course I loved it. But I already knew who's going to win. And I knew who's going to win when Atu posted his newly painted old 12 army in the Discord. I saw it, I thought Atu is going to win, hands down, and he did. He won the best painted army. Absolutely justified, nicely done. The just technique and paint job was amazing. I loved it. And for surprise for me, I got the 2nd place for best painted, but I shared it with, I believe it was the Tunguska player. I might be wrong, it might have been Hockey Slam army, but I believe it was the Tunguska army. I'm not sure at this point. And then we come to the best painted, the best looking table, and I won it. I fulfilled my goal, I fulfilled my dream. I got the best painted table with my new hidden forgotten temple set. Before going to the tournament or to the event, our local players warned me that the competition is going to be very hard there with the tables, because Finnish community has a lot of good tables, and that was true. The competition in my eyes was very hard. I still won it. I'm very happy, I'm very proud. That was the goal, I fulfilled it. My personal table that I like the most, personally, and I look at the tables not from a gameplay perspective, but from a visual perspective. And I like the new table that they had with the winter theme. It reminded me a lot of Metal Gear a bit. And I heard some people telling me that that's not a good table to play on because it's very open, but I like the visuals of it. That's the table I liked. But there were also 2 more tables that I liked. I played on both of them, and one I like visually, while the other one I like gameplay wise. Visually, I like the table for my 3rd game. I really like that. That's my kind of style of table. But playing it was very open. It was very open. But I still like the look of the table a lot. And the pine cones for trees is a great idea. It's a very good idea. And the table that I like to play on was the from my 1st game, from the 2nd day. The hangar kind of table with the open buildings. I love the table, I love playing it, and that table is what gave me the idea for my upcoming Paradiso table with a lot of open buildings. I just love the open buildings, I don't know. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I love it. So that was the event. That's how it went, that's the results. 2-1 games, 2nd place for best painted, and 1st place for the best looking table. I came out with 3 prizes. I already sold all of them, and I purchased a very expensive model for myself from those prizes, and that's the unique dart model for my military orders. So I couldn't be happier. Please tell me what you think of this style of videos. Would you prefer me to continue with this style, or more of a vlog where I record on the same day on the spot and just add the cinematic shots later on? It might be easier for me because then my memory is fresh from how the games went, rather than me coming back, having to go to work and then recording this 6 days after. But guys, thank you for watching. I really enjoy Infinity the game. I really enjoy making this video. I'm happy that I'm back in wargaming, and again, thanks for watching, and just have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Bye.
So the painting competition winner is
Yay! go.
With 16 votes is table number 8, Steamis.
Yeah, the rocks. Yeah.
Hey.
Let's go. I will tell like the second and third place